The longest-running American war wasn't Vietnam or Afghanistan. It's the war on drugs, launched in 1971 by U.S. President Richard Nixon.
America's public enemy #1 in the United States is drug abuse.
And amplified in the 1980s by President Ronald Reagan.
Drugs are menacing our society.
And his wife Nancy, who famously offered this advice.
I was asked by a group of children what to do if they were offered drugs. And I answered, just say no.
Through laws and vigorous enforcement, the war on drugs aimed to eradicate the production, sale, and use of illegal drugs, including marijuana. In 1986, Reagan pointed to the war's apparent success.
We have increased seizures of illegal drugs. Shortages of marijuana are now being reported. Last year alone, over 10,000 drug criminals were convicted.
But gradually, what Reagan and others claimed as success began to look more like failure, especially when it comes to marijuana. Betty Aldworth is a pro-legalization advocate who says more and more Americans are rejecting the war on drugs.
As they look at the international picture where people are dying every day in Mexico, where the cartels are largely in charge, they look at the injustices of marijuana prohibition and other drug war policies that disproportionately impact people in low-income communities and people of color. They look at the size of the incarcerated population in the U.S. and they say no more, not in our names.
The shift began in 1996 when the U.S. state of California legalized marijuana for medical use. Out of the 50 U.S. states, 23 and the District of Columbia now have some form of legal medical marijuana use, and 4 states have legalized recreational use of marijuana for adults. In the first half of 2014, recreational marijuana sales in Colorado brought the state about $19 million in taxes, less than projected before voters passed legalization, though advocates say that's money that would otherwise be in the black market and that police resources are now better directed by not going after pot dealers and users. Anti-legalization advocates argue the taxes won't cover the damage marijuana does to society.
Talk it out, man.
In pop culture, the image of the marijuana user has shifted from clueless stoners Cheech and Chong
This is inferior product
to the suburban mom in Weeds, as marijuana has gone mainstream.
Many more people are recognizing that marijuana is a substance that is frequently used similarly to alcohol, and that by keeping it illegal, we're actually causing more social problems than we're solving.
Current President Barack Obama has said he is open to a debate on drug legalization, but for now he remains opposed.
I personally, and my administration's position, is that legalization is not the answer.
His administration has not gone after states that have legalized marijuana, but the president's party no longer controls either house of Congress, and he has only 2 years left in his term, making the future of drug legalization in the U.S. hazy at best. Jim Spellman, CCTV, Washington.